deep and wide. I know that a lot of people remember the Monopoly guy with a monocle, or the stuff like Pikachu.
Yo, I definitely remember the Monopoly guy. I never even thought about that one until just now. I used to play Monopoly with my family when I was a kid a lot. Even the Pikachu joint, I didn't even know that it was different until now. Mandela effects are crazy.
Jew's tail, the spelling of Looney Tunes, and the Fruit of the Loom logo. I remember when I was a kid, I was like, Mom, what is that thing?
Literally.
It's a cornucopia.
Literally.
And that's where I learned the word cornucopia. It was from the Fruit of the Loom logo, by the way. And what about Queen? Tell me, is there something missing from the end of this song? All of you wanted to say, of the world, right there, and I know it. I like photos. And that'll bring us to our next Mandela effect. This is a Mandela effect personally in my life, and you can choose to believe me or don't. I don't care. But this is a Mandela effect that happened to me. You see this railing here for this turtle dock? I had one of these turtle docks for my turtles, and I used to take this apart, this railing, I'd take it out of there and clean it all the time, and it was metal. And I could remember the tinking of the metal on the sink as I would clean this and put my turtle dock back in. Well, I had to buy a new turtle dock because this dock was melting from the heat lamp, and I had to buy a whole new dock. So I did. I bought this brand new dock. I got this dock right here, broke it out of the box, pulled that railing out, and they had started making it out of plastic. So I was like, no. I threw that plastic one straight in the trash, and I went over to my tank to grab the metal railing out to put it to the new dock. Because I was like, I want to use the metal one. It's sturdier, and I just like it to be metal. Well, I went over to my tank, and I went to grab it out, and sure enough, it was plastic too. So if you have any personal Mandela effects like that have happened, please put them in the comments or make a reply video about it. I want to know. And here's another thing about the Mandela effect. Quit trying to find proof for the Mandela effect. There will be no proof. Here, the thing is, right now we live within a timeline or a universe where this Monopoly guy never existed. So we cannot find a Monopoly box with him on it living within a timeline or a universe where he just simply was never put on a box with a monocle. So it is actually impossible, if we are talking about timeline jumps or even time travel, it is impossible to be living within a timeline where something had never existed in the first place and finding evidence of it. Do you understand what I'm saying? All we have is our own memory as that proof. Do you trust your memory? Do you trust what you saw with your own eyes in another timeline? All we have brought is our memories with us if it is timeline jumps. Which also makes me think about these God versus no God debates. Like if you're debating someone who does not believe in God and they're like, prove it, prove it, prove it. Well, if you had a Holy Spirit experience anything like me, well, he proved himself to me in a way that it was so personal to me. It's evidence to me. But the thing is I can give my testimony, but my testimony is no evidence to you. When God revealed himself to me, it was personal and it was evidence for me building our personal relationship. So I can't use my evidence. I can use a testimony and people can choose to believe it or not believe it, just like the turtle dock. I told you about my turtle dock experience. You can choose to believe it or not believe it. That's up to you.
I don't know.
Same goes for the Mandela experience. All we have is our memory. Now, when we're kids, we retain information in a different way. From age 1 to 5, we are a sponge. And our memory, we can trust that. You know, we have memories of things as children that we know for a fact, especially when kids repeat stuff. We're a sponge and we repeat it. This is the song that never ends. I walked around singing that, driving my mom crazy when I was little. And it was never. It wasn't doesn't. It wasn't doesn't, dog.